shot liars from all them foreign countries. From a feel about 1,000 or so entry. In 2 days, he boiled down and leave just 3. I had me eye on liar the lion, because I know he does come with some good ones. But they had a younger fella named Debo, come from some village there in Tobago. He said his father is Tobago's best fisherman. Catch a fisherman wide 80 feet in span. He had to tighten the boat and swim back to land to get his brother Eric to give him a hand. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? You hear lie? Teacher Percy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Why, sir? Check it out. Liar the lion, he laughed till he sweat. He said, Mr. Debo, ain't say nothing yet. If you really want to hear about fishing, let me blow your mind. Now listen to something. When you're talking about fish, you just hit the spot. I was hoping you did believe it or not. The fish your father caught, to you it was great, but it's them small fish my father does use to bait. Lion went ahead on points in the show, completely eliminated Mr. Debo. The next man to beat was really outrageous. He asked the judges if he could lie first. The judges asked Lion. The lion agreed. Say any topic will pick is alright with me. He outrageous, I strong. Let we meet head on. And when we done, see who head fit to wear the crown. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? You hear lie? Teacher Percy say if you tell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And how are we doing this afternoon?
Let it go. Shook it up.
I hope everybody's doing fine, right? Wherever you're listening to me from,
The outrageous say that he
Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique,
can sue the man.
anywhere out there in the diaspora,
My man coming wrong.
blessed evening.
He could make him a suit.
It is the 22nd day of April 2024.
Sitting down correct, expertly made and fitting perfect. He used to sew for Shakespeare, make suit for Hamlet, and up to this day,
Sunny Isle,
mistake.
good evening.
The crowd went wild.
The excitement in getting here very early today.
Lion,
To the persons over on my YouTube page, good afternoon to each and every one of you.
back to order and ask the lion to lie about a tailor. He said, my man is the best. Rolf is his name. Cutting cloth, making suit is his game. Don't show it.
Go ahead right now and tag somebody.
Just show it.
Share the live.
On now where the
Let them know
and he gon' make
that class is in session.
you hear lie. King liar. Teacher Percy.
I hope you all had a wonderful weekend.
Are you going to hell as soon as
We are heading in some
Whip it up.
very quick weeks, right?
Lay it up. Move it up. Let it go.
Blessed evening.
Teacher Percy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Teacher Percy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Let it go.
So let me say a formal good afternoon to each and every one of you again. God's blessings to each and every one of you. And we're here again for another class in session program. To the persons that are already on here, please tag somebody. Let them know that we are on and we're ready to give some biting information as it relates to our political atmosphere here in Grenada. And God's blessings, as I said, to you and your family. All right. Over the past few days, we would have had a series of activities that have been held by the New National Party in different constituencies and so on. And so we want to say to each one of you guys who supported, thank you guys so very much. The luncheon last Wednesday in St. George's. Somebody say I tagged 10 persons. Great. Right? The luncheon last week in St. John's, I understand it was a success and it was well attended. The St. John's meeting last Saturday, factually, I didn't get much information from there, but I know it was scheduled to happen. I don't know if it still took place. So if it did, I hope many persons would have had a wonderful evening there. And then that brunch out there in New York by the Carrico chapter of the New National Party, we are seeing photographs that has been made public, and it was well attended, and persons, I realize, would have had themselves a wonderful, wonderful time. All right, so the New National Party, we are socializing, we're getting involved, we're getting in the know, right? We're, going along with our friends and our family and enjoying that rest period, right? Please be mindful that that rest soon come to an end, all right? Because we are about to hit a different gear for the second half of this year as a party, as a political party, and so we want you to be a part of this. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to extend a heartfelt thank you for all the entities, constituencies, different branches, right? The meeting in Concord, it was held in Concord. I'm seeing somebody saying that it was held in Concord. All right, so continue to support and continue to be a part of the development. Continue to get persons registered, right? This is one of our very main target right now, and especially our young voters, right? Get them involved, get them being a part of those programs, those social media programs. Have them sit down with you and listen, and as we disseminate information so that they can understand much more that is going on, right? We would have learned, as it relates to and is unconfirmed, it is unconfirmed that we would have had an incident where again gun related, that would have happened today, and I think one yesterday, where I think a young man from the Grenville area would have fired some shots behind an individual from my little community. There isn't any, confirmation on this, but however, this is a conversation that I would have heard, and so too it has been alleged that they might have had gunshots even in the market square here in Grenada. All right, so we know definitely that that government, I think this week, will be having a parliament sitting that would bring to light that gun amnesty in which government is wishing to have be brought forth within the name of the Prime Minister, and to make it effective as of May 1st. Right, so they're going to go to Parliament, I think this week. I want to believe it's the 25th and 26th. I'm subjected to corrections. That this week government will be taking it to the House of Parliament to get confirmation as it relates to the gun amnesty. And so I don't think that the opposition will not have their say. They will be able to deliberate on the conversation. And so we're hoping that the conversation and the deliberation of the conversation from our opposition team will be able to bring more light to it, because we do know that in everything there might be things that sometimes, as we say, the fine prints may not show us, it would not jump at us, but sometimes it happens. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, what I would have realized within the past few weeks, and I don't know how many of you all would have noticed it. Now, I remember last week somebody saying, teacher, from now onwards, we're not calling these people name or party name. All right, we leave them out. Between the past few weeks, as I said to you guys, it have become evident that even supporters of the National Democratic Congress really showed some form of disgruntledness as it relates to the governance of the political party and the displeasure, right? Now, what burns me most, and I realize that it is not an issue that started now. Whenever individuals, as of to date, speak or share their opinion on their displeasure of the government, they're bashed. Even their very own supporters are calling them names. Even their very own supporters, persons who during the general election elected this present administration, even their very own supporters, and that to show you the level these persons are willing to go to ensure that they accept whatever is happening in Grenada. And I could recall this clipping here by Mrs. Spear a few months back, and I'll just play it shortly.
So do not attack people for speaking. Do not attack people for expressing themselves, as I said last night. Do not attack people for expressing their concerns, because the people's voices must be heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, it cannot be said in any other light. It cannot be said in any other light. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a time in Grenada when this very said persons blamed Grenadians, or blamed the past administration, not Grenadians, but the past administration for not giving the opportunity to speak. And I could play you some clips of the hypocrisy as it relates to some of them, like this one.
That are wrong right now, and this is why I'm making the lie, that if you speak, you get victimized, and this is wrong, because we should be able to speak. I can tell you, I'm not a yes man, right? We should be able to speak. If NDC is in power right now, we should be able to say exactly what we don't like that is going on in government. If an NMP, vice versa, same thing, right? There's a fear going on right now that if you talk, you're going to get victimized. And that has to stop. We have to.
And I'm going to pause it there, ladies and gentlemen, because I continue with the level of hypocrisy that we see happening in Grenada now. Because they're the ones who sat and said that anytime you are spoken during the reign of the new National Party, that the probability exists that you will be victimized. It goes on because it's a set of them. Let me play another one for you.
Walking around and I talking to people, and children and them, they can't talk. Brothers and sisters, they're afraid victimization. They're afraid that if they open their mouth and say you're doing wrong, that they're going to lose their job in the morning, or they're going to set up insurance. So,
ladies and gentlemen, and I'm pausing it there again, a set of hypocrisy, and you heard what? Two of them, vibrant members within the National Democratic Congress, speaking in a time as the party waited to be government, stating that when Grenadians speak, they would have been victimized. That when Grenadians speak, at the time of the past administration, persons were being sent home. Ladies and gentlemen, now persons are opening their mouths, and opening their mouths as it relates to what is happening in the state. Supporters of their very own supporters, and yet still they ridicule them. I could recall during the campaign and with the social media blogs that was going around, two individuals, Mosquito Man and the young lady up there in Sutez, giving the new National Party fire left, right and center. And when you looked at the pages, you saw individuals whom today are making posts about those same individuals that they done, and calling them all kind of derogative name and characterizing them in all kind of way and fashion, hindering them for development and growth, when during the past election they were individuals who called out the new National Party on their heels. They were the ones, ladies and gentlemen, who to them was their stalwarts. Because all what you heard Oh, well, Kid Mitchell this and Kid Mitchell that. And so they praise those individuals. Now, after a year and 9 months in office, those individuals start to sift. Those individuals start to check them. And they are seeing that the campaign promises and the things that have been said or were being said is not being fulfilled. And so they're taking it to social media, the same place. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. The same social media. Many of them are still making their own blogs. Many of them calling programs. And they are expressing their level of disgruntledness. And the same people in whom they gave high praises for calling on Dr. Mitchell, today we're hearing them calling them derogatory names. Because now they are calling on the Deacon Mitchell's administration to do better. A set of hypocrisy. The National Democratic Congress interest, ladies and gentlemen, is to ensure that their friends and their family remain in a position where they could eat a food. Because at the end of the day, when you look at certain things that are happening here in Grenada, you have to ask yourself, what is really going on? One astonished me over the weekend. I want to address this one because this one I'm going home with it. I'm a Victorian. I'm a St. Markian. The people of St. Mark's, during the last general election, elected their choice as a parliamentary representative. The St. Mark's committee would have had an unveiling of a statue of recognized people within the parish, which the committee has a president there in charge. So there is somebody in charge of the committee. You understanding me? So you have the parliamentary representative, you have the person in charge of the committee, plus you had individuals who made certain donations and made certain contributions to make this monument display possible. But ladies and gentlemen, the GIS did an exclusive interview. And who they did it with? Listen to Tulbe.
The heart of Diamond Street in Victoria, St. Mark, aptly named Hero Square, is set to garner national attention this weekend as it transforms into a revered national monument. This monument holds significance in honoring both living and deceased residents who have made invaluable contributions to the development of St. Mark Parish in myriad ways. This occasion is part of a series of events organized by the parish, aligning with Grenada's ongoing celebrations of its 50th anniversary of independence. Senator the Honorable Quince Britton, speaking with GIS News, expressed that the monument stands as a tribute to the...
How the interview is to be done with Senator Quince Britton? How? Answer me this question. How is this interview is to be done with Senator Quince Britton? The Grenada Independence Committee, St. Mark's Committee were mentioned as it relates to putting the structure in place and coming up with the initiative. What is the purpose of interviewing Senator Quince Britton? But here mess. Here total bay.
The indomitable spirit of the St. Mark's people,
mess,
serving as a timeless reminder of their resilience and fortitude. He hopes it will inspire others to lead lives dedicated to service.
We brought the idea to the community. We done some consultation.
Who we? Who is we? Who is we? Because at no point in time, the narrator in this video said that government, and not you being part of cabinet neither, right? Who is we? Who we that consulted? Are you part of the St. Mark's Committee? Because you're not being interviewed on being a member of the St. Mark's Committee. So who is we? Who is we? Who is we that consulted? Who is we? Because you are speaking on the behalf to me of the government. Government never shared in this initiative. Government had nothing to do with this initiative.
We brought the ideas to the communities, asking them to nominate someone who you see as a hero, given their life of service to the community for a period not less than 15 years.
You hear Papi Shonis? Persons should give names for services of people not less than 15 years. Not less than 15 years. So mind you, ladies and gentlemen, if Kirani James was from St. Mark's, he would never get a recognition. Never get a recognition. There are individuals within St. Mark's, though they're young, but their accomplishment is as equal as to the lifetime of some persons. What are we going on?
So we came up with a comprehensive list, and we have just about 20 names to put on.
So not less than 15 years. Dr. Clarice Modest Cowie, and I call in the name, stands in Grenada as the undefeated female politician from St. Mark's, regionally and internationally known within the Caribbean politics for a woman who has stood steadfast. For a woman, ladies and gentlemen, who has stood steadfast for not just the recognition of female politicians in Grenada, but within the Caribbean. The only parliamentary representative, female, who was successfully and longest standing winning her representation by the people. But you unveil a monument. 15 years, though or less, should not be there. But Clarice name can go there.
What you see behind me. So what you see behind me, it's a what we call a roundabout, but it's in the shape of a D.
A roundabout. A roundabout, eh? A roundabout is a perimeter, but it's shaped like a D.
And we constructed a pyramid on it, and we...
Well, who is he speaking on the behalf of? Who is we? And he using the word again, we. Who is we? Whom are you speaking on the behalf of? Are you part of the St. Mark's committee? Whom are you speaking on the behalf of? You keep pluralizing we. So I'm going to ask the question whether or not the gentleman is part of the committee. And if he's part of the committee, I don't understand why they're interviewing him if he's a floor member. But let's go.
As what is happening now, we are tiling it, and we will be putting granite.
We again. Who is we? Who is we? Who is we, ladies and gentlemen?
On the pyramid itself. So that it's something that is costly, but we don't see it as something that is too costly to recognize persons who have made their contributions,
costly, but not too costly.
And we saw it fitting that their name will be inscribed on what is there. And that's just the start. We are going to, going forward, we are going to nominate more persons who is deserving to be on there.
The unveiling ceremony is scheduled for Saturday evening following a day filled with festivities in Victoria Town. Britain extends an invitation to all citizens of Grenada to partake in this historic event.
The event this weekend, we have our Independence Parish Day. As you know, every parish has the opportunity to showcase what it is that they have to offer.
So we have the Independence
so
Committee
this
involved.
weekend, it's our Independence Parish Day. We term it We Are St. Mark. So since 9 in the morning, it will start with a health fair, and then we would go on to the cultural village, the food fest. We would have parade of traditional mass. Well, you know, it's our signature traditional mass, the Veco. So we will have some display of our traditional masks, as well as the unveiling of the monument. So the unveiling of the, yes, so we will unveil the names of the persons who are there, give a short bio of them and the contribution they have made. And it promises to be a very, wonderful, historic moment.
Kaka to grow teeth. We would wait to see a green pink jackass running around town before I know the people of St. Mark's elect this young politician to represent them as a parliamentary representative. You lack so much, and instead of fighting to develop you as a politician, you're playing old politician. You're playing old, like you're doing politics years. Like you're doing politics years since Lane Kane. You're doing politics. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no reason for this gentleman to be doing an interview on the behalf of the representation of the people of St. Mark's. No reason. Because the people of St. Mark's did not elect nor select this individual to represent them in this dear country in terms of the parliament representation. The Prime Minister of the state, give him a walk. But whenever the people of St. Mark's is to be represented, none other responsibility goes on to Clarice Modescoing. So when you talk about we and we and we, who is we? Who we? Who is we? Who is we? You all have taken up the mantle now that even persons that are not even part of cabinet are being labeled to be cabinet members. Persons who have not even won their seats. Persons who are not part of government, not cabinet. You see them on on public scrutinies, public photos, saying that they're representing the people of the constituency in certain areas. Somebody need to put Queen's Britain sit down, test a sincere and lacquet, and let them understand that to represent the people must select you. That is how persons represent a people. When the people choose you, you therefore then can speak on the behalf of the people. But the people don't make no joke with you. And mind you, this is 3 of the defeats within the last general election. That was how should I put it? A mammoth amount. They wasn't defeated by 112 or 200 votes. The people spoke clearly to 3 of these individuals. We don't want all you there. We don't want to have nothing to do with that. The people spoke loud enough. How can you therefore say to me now that these people are still speaking on the behalf of certain constituencies? When the people say, by God, we don't want you here, we don't want your name called with us. Any form of representation to state on the development of St. Mark's, unless it's not a government initiative and a government development, you are not to be speaking on the behalf of the people of St. Mark's. You're not ought to. Because I know this project is not a government project. It neither was an initiative that was pushed, not even by the St. Mark's Committee. I could recall years ago, even myself, posting this. Years posting that the initiative of developing that roundabout in the recognition of persons within St. Mark's. Initiative just come in on your head. And disrespectful come in and talk about we. Who's we? And GIS covers this. Persons who are not knowing better, thinking the government will do this. Government has nothing to do with this project. Take it from me. Government cannot put a name anywhere close to that monument. A great initiative. An excellent initiative. Wonderful forecast. But when that is being done, we need the people to be represented by whom they elected. St. Mark's people want to see Dr. Bodes speak on their behalf, not you. If you want to go back to the polling divisions or the polling stations, recap and see how many one of the polling stations said yes, they wanted you to do that. Not one. Stop misrepresenting and understanding your role and function. If you don't know what is your role and function, ask. You have Tessa Sincere in certain constituency walking around with Andy Williams, defining places that need development. Where that come out? Where Tessa walking? What is Tessa's role and function within government? As far as we know as Grenadians, Tessa is a member of the National Democratic Congress, and it says there. We see picture posted last week. I don't know, somehow me AC give me trouble today. But anyway, I intend to get hot. We see pictures posted last week. Prime Minister made it public. Ron Reddard is no part of cabinet. And he is to be studying, and he is no part of cabinet. His representation remains to the people within his constituency. But the heading says last week that the cabinet met with persons within the mental hospital. So what's going on in Grenada? Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, if this is not misrepresentation. Tell me if this is not misleading. Tell me if this is proper protocol. You are basically disrespecting the people. You are saying to the people that they are ignorant as it relates to what is facts. We know definitely Queen's Britain didn't win the seat in St. Mark's. Neither did Jonathan Lacrette in South End in St. George's Northwest. But you have them publicly making statements on the behalf of constituencies in which people did not select them and elect them. Jonathan Lacrette gets so nice. He said he would continue to represent the people of St. Mark's. Northwest. Where the badness come out? Where this thing come out? We cannot continue like this, ladies and gentlemen. Persons need to be respected. The title of the individuals need to be respected before any government. Parliament stands above anything else. And we should understand that. When the people select or elect a representative, they're expected. Come in and tell me this is a St. Mark's event. Government had nothing to do with this. Government has nothing to do with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is an event put on by the St. Mark's Committee. And the St. Mark's Committee is a small body of people. And the persons who elected a parliamentary representative. Don't get me hot. Because I'm feeling hot already. Sorry, I don't have my tissue close with me. Right? May have to break for a short while. Get a little tissue, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me about 5 seconds or less. Well, I get a little tissue to cool myself. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I come back real fast. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see what is happening within the state. We see what continues to happen with these people. Government is expected to treat every Grenadian and develop state campaign done. Campaign done. Your service are to be given to the people of Grenada holistically. And in certain constituencies within Grenada, they said to you guys, this is to me. That is who we want. That is who we want. Now you see the National Democratic Congress and the administration, immediately after the general election, put a set of whole and a set of project. Whether it be 10%, whether it be government prior or before the general election, obtaining whatever grant or whatever budget, they put a hold on everything. And what we see happening now, especially with the guy in St. George's Southeast, Mr. Ron Redhead, only posting a set of things about that is under development and that is under construction. Things, ladies and gentlemen, that was already well on their way. Misleading, lying to the general public. Lying. How much projects they said? The last time Andy William posted it, 6 projects. Well, 6 he made us know about, but we are asking for the rest. Because he said there were 6 projects that had 0 initiative to it. 0. Nothing happened on it. He gave us 6. But we could have given him 26 that was started. He gave us 6 that was 0%. But he didn't give us the 26 that was well on its way. Pause everything. And nowadays you see every time they walk and they do something. Northeast, thank you very much. Every time they do something, they post it. Every time they do something, they post. And you see these people and them, I don't know. See one recently, we're like, number 10, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this lady again. Listen this. It's on Facebook. They said the PM airplane mode button on the phone spoil. Force he does press it regularly. Living to get things done. An experienced politician posts this. And in the comment section, she go on to say this. It went on to say this. I don't know, I can't say if it's she that posted the actual status. Here is number 10's response in the comment section. It is a part of governing leadership process. I was a minister in the former administration and I cannot keep up with the amount of time I travel on government business. Listen to me. The post says that the PM is traveling up and down and the airplane mode button spoil. But the justification to what you trying to defend is that as a minister of government, you are doing the traveling. That is what the people have a problem with. If other ministers are given the opportunity to go and aid in the development of Grenada's development, then nobody else say it. Because you are trying to defend that the Prime Minister going all about. That's what the people are saying. The Prime Minister is doing his business only in the capacity of the Prime Minister. So education is going. Health is going. Housing is going. But you defend it by saying, as a minister, you are the one selected to do government business. What is your justification? It shows that the administration that you are a part of, that the leader of the party, saw it fitting to give every minister responsible the opportunity to go out there and get for Grenada. Not just him. Oh my goodness. You gave light to what the people are saying. Because the people are saying the PM is doing too much of the travels. But the justification you come in with is that you used to travel as a minister of government. It shows that the past administration leadership showed no form of barrier when it comes to going out there and asking or getting or negotiating on the behalf of the people. So you as a minister used to do it, but now only the prime minister doing it. So what is your justification? What are you defending? It goes on to say the PM travels are not novel, but happened in the last dispensation as well. It is part of the job, but people will always talk. PM Deacon is a boss and is that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not the first time we hear this woman speak good about people. Listen that.
People are getting tired of this youthful thing because they know that the only government that really care about them is the new National Party government. We need to look back.
So they can don't get chained up. Don't get chained up. We used to when she there on the side or the team she playing for to boost up the leaders and the players. That is she modus operandi. Whenever she there on that side, that is the best. Go on.
Talk about housing during that time. How many people can say that we receive housing assistance under NDC government? NDC government see housing and improving the life of people, ordinary people as greedy and needy and greedy. That's what they call them. But the only true government, Mr. Speaker, the only true party that truly cares about our people is the new National Party.
Okay.
And our people, they do not forget. So let's not take them for fool and say there's a wave. There's no wave.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, our people are getting tired of this youthful thing. Because they know.
So they can't you could run on sheep and she saying you is the best and is that. She said Kid Mitchell is the best too. She said Kid Mitchell was the best. And she said it after being part of the administration for 8 years plus. And she still left. So what is one, or not even 1.5, what even a year 9 months? Way below that. Way below that. The justification the people are saying the Prime Minister is out of state too often. And you cannot tell me that every travel that the Prime Minister have been traveling is on the behalf of his ministry. Come on. You selected ministerial positions for a purpose. So you can tell me in the interest of education you're going. In the interest of health you're going. In the interest of housing you're gone. In the interest of fisheries and agriculture you're gone. You travels is so none of your ministers are capable enough to go and represent state. That is the concern of the people. We are not saying that government is not having an ability as a mandate to travel in the interest of the state. That is not being said. But when the Prime Minister took office and he selected or made a cabinet, he gave representation and ministerial positions to persons. And he did so for a reason. So you can't say to me that all his travels is within the ministry that falls under him. Scholarship in Cuba. You telling me Ministry of Education could not send the Minister of Education and 2 representatives or 3 to sign an MOU? That is what the people are concerned about. As a young politician, as a young Prime Minister, your travels are in excessive now. It seems like your concerns are more to go and hear what outside they have to say. Learn your people. Understand what grieves your country. Understand what the concerns of the people. And that is what is important. So when you just jump to defend, for defending's sake, you're making yourself look like a fool. That is what you're doing. Because you're not bringing justification to the argument of the person. Because you're saying to them, listen to me, as a minister of government in the past administration, I used to go and do business in the interest of the state. I used to do it as a minister. How many ministers could attest to this from the past administration? Keith Mitchell remains in state. The minister responsible, he or she goes out of state in the interest of the country. But everything. Sometimes there are summits where you see before Dr. Mitchell didn't even go. Remember 2 or 3 summits that I saw where Elvin Nimrod, may his soul rest in peace, were always a part of summits, and Dr. Mitchell remains in state. So what are you defending? These people continue to defend the wrong. They don't care what it is. They're going to continue to defend the wrong. Whatever you say about the National Democratic Congress administration is because you hate them. Because they're defending the wrong on little or no justification. Little or no justification. You cannot say to me, ladies and gentlemen, that a prime minister travels in the interest of the state ever so often. So you're telling me no other minister, no other person in government, Andy Williams is here every time as acting prime minister, so you can get a little blight to go somewhere? When last year Andy Williams get a little travel, and he don't realize he being set up more than anything else. Andy Williams does not realize yet that he's what you call on a sports team, the aquatic engineer. Something nice, eh? Andy Williams for this administration is the aquatic engineer. You know what I mean? He's the water boy. He does not yet realize that. And he does not understand the powers that the prime minister continues to place in his hand. He does not realize his ability given when he's left here as the prime minister. Don't give him back, Andy, when he come. Do not give him back. And I keep telling you that. Whenever the prime minister come back here, when he come back here, he will realize, or should realize, that he is no longer the prime minister of the state. Because he's giving you every time, and you're one of the representatives whose name is calling more than anybody else. Don't give him back when he come. Let him meet the role and function on the airport that he like. As he said and made it public, could have been living in Canada. Let go in Canada and leave. You are the aquatic engineer. And sooner or later, when the shit hits the fan, and he realizes, tell yourself that the people are going to turn on you. The people are going to turn on you. Because you're one of the politicians that are being scrutinized different from all the rest. Take what I'm telling you. People look at you and look onto you differently. And the minute time a mistake is made with you being in charge of the state that is of a serious nature, because you're hearing like a talks on the ground already, they want to move some people. Tell all you already, stay calm. Stay calm. Before they used to lime every Sunday and go and drink in bar and ball po. When last you see them do that? When last you see them gather in the shops and ball po? Don't worry. Stay calm. Stay calm. Because listen to me. They are trying to sidetrack you. Eh? Go and look at some of them page. All they're talking now about is Peter David. And Peter David this. And Peter David want to do this. And Emlyn Pierre want to do this. And Kid Mitchell want to do this. And they want Kid Mitchell to do this. That is what they focused on now. The persons at Princess Alice Hospital, sick, calling on persons to assist. And they're telling them, looky Sunday, looky Saturday, let them assist him. Persons at the General Hospital, seeking care and concern. Sometimes you go up there, doctors on their own free will, nurses sit down around the desk and they laughing and they WhatsApping. Persons lie down on bed groaning. Infights within constituencies, a senator and a minister of government, number 10 and number Fogley. Infights within constituencies. They can't fix that. They can't fix that. But the concern based on what is happening within the new National Party. Give us the information as it relates to GDB. Because the GDB has become the government's democracy bank. That's what it means now. Not the Green Development Bank again. It's the government's democracy bank. Because it's them that get loan inside them more than anybody else. They're refinancing quicker than anybody else. Every time you catch them, they're refinancing. Voices are being heard. Or what being heard? Dr. Mitchell says consumers of our oil and gas is paying too much. September of 22nd, 2022. I believe, and I'm subjected to corrections, government said we're going to cap oil and gas. Government came up with the initiative. When you look at international prices, Grenadians are still balling, wow, we did right here, boy. And that is the prices of gas overseas. Kit Mitchell's administration losing the election June 22nd. Set of young stars who believe they're bright, they come and they say, what cap what? Why cap it at 15 when you could get it for less? That was their motto. After taking office and they realized that it dropped a bit. After realizing that the gas price dropped a bit, the Minister of Government posted on television, why cap it 15 when you could get it for less? Let me tell you, the intercall of gas prices in Grenada has taken off. Brand new spikes. A new trainer. And let me tell you something now, he's running at 16.76. Tremendous strides gas price making now. Bossmen took it to the streets. And I think it's on Carla's Walcott page. I don't want to go back too much because I didn't plan to play it. But I think some of all you should hear it. And the concerns that they had in Dr. Mitchell administration prior to lifting the gas prices. Listen to it. Listen them. Listen them.
Bus operators has opted to wear red and adorn in a placard as they protest against the high cost of living and also the high gas prices. According to them, the government have many choices. One is either to decrease the gas price or two, increase the price of bus fare.
I would say we need subsidies. What we need, solutions. If we reduce the gas price or increase the bus price or remove a tax.
According to them, they are spending more than they are making.
Can you imagine this? A time when government, another time, how much was the price, I believe? The price, I think, was 13.20. 13.20 was all gas price that at that time. Busmen strike. Fellas stood up in front of the bus terminal. The goon did a lone protest. I'm sorry I don't get my hand on that too for today. He did a lone protest in front of the bus terminal. That is busmen, ladies and gentlemen, making the clarion call when gas prices was only $13.20 in the administration of Dr. Kit Mitchell. Today, ladies and gentlemen, do the maths. It is $16.76. $16.26. And not one protest. I am of the belief that Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell has a villa awaiting him in heaven, that when he gets there, St. Michael would say, go take the much needed rest that you deserve. Said Michael would say to him, go take the much needed rest that you deserve. Because if a man could have been bashed, and after that he heard the cries of the people and said, listen to me, we understand, we know, we hear you, and his administration cap it at $15, and an administration takes over and remove that cap, and now we're seeing such a significant increase and everybody remains silent. Well, I ask the question, what is good? What is good? Because if a man could say to you, because I know you, because me and you good, I will give you at that price, and the next man say to you, listen to me, me don't care about me and your friendship and how good me and you is, you paying the price. I wonder whom would you consider as somebody with a heart of care and empathy? Kid Mitchell is the dictator. Emlyn Pierre is the one that thief the money in faith. Mr. Bowen is the one that hide all the information about oil and gas. And the more you continue, ladies and gentlemen, you would realize that what we saw in Grenada, in our political atmosphere, when people were not afraid to stand up to government and their administration, when people before could have said what they would have said on programs, disrespecting the office of the Prime Minister, disrespecting ministers of government, and nothing was done. A time when Boss Association and nurses, Port Authority workers would have stood for the benefit of themselves in fighting for their cause. Nowadays, unions are writing letters to government and government are responding at all. Not a strike action. Not one strike action. Not one. Persons doing what they feel like doing and when they feel like doing it. Ministers of government standing boldly and say to the people, I don't want road fixed, but where are we getting the money to do it? And we accepted it. We are accepting those behavioral patterns as a people. We are silent. Persons was inside Dr. Mitchell's room and house about his marital status, because they want to know when he getting divorced and they hear he getting divorced. Now monies are being missing in areas. You hear fellas putting their family name in the financial complex and they're collecting money every month. Nobody asking that question. Nobody is seeking clarity. Seed program don't even germinate under this administration. The seed program, when the seed dead, Philip planted in bad soil. Nobody asked. But you're going back to make committee to investigate oil and gas. You're making committee headed by Nazimbok to inquire about oil and gas. But every weekend, somebody going in GDB and take out that money. We are silent about things of the state that pressures me and you on a day-to-day basis. So $16.76 is not a conversation. Don't talk about that. But when it was $13.20, we could call a strike action and call government to either reduce the price. Call on government to reduce the price strike, go slow. All those things we could have done. All those things we could have done in a time when the past administration was in office. But now we're seeing similar or even worse. And everybody just hush. Everybody just hush. Many things of the state continue to go unmentioned. Representation, moral conduct of ministers of government, corruption, all kind of infights and difficulties within constituencies, senators of government not understanding their role and function, members of the National Democratic Congress not understanding that they're not part of government and taking up roles that does not even suit well, I can't say their office because they don't even have an office within the party. Look at it. Busmen strike. Wear red. Is it the government reduce? And you hear it yourself. The demands made by our people. And today, 1676, with a high cost of living now for parts and vehicle parts. That price, ladies and gentlemen, of buses remains the same. There is not a request for gas price, for bus price to go up. Not Kid Mitchell a day. If a prime minister could say to our people that he's not going to promote an isolated, horrific event where our main economic boost is tourism, and with two international individuals losing their life, and the prime minister could say he's not going to promote it, that alone, ladies and gentlemen, should say to you as a people that this gentleman is unbothered, not concerned thereof, of anything to him he believe he must not address. I don't know how factual it is, but you're hearing now when there are press conferences, they're asking a lot of different places to send in your questions. And we remain silent. Every Tuesday, the past administration had a press briefing every Tuesday within the state, because the people's business needed to be heard. And whatever was pressing in the state, the minister responsible would have addressed it. So if it's health, we had the health minister. Education, whatever ministry, you had a weekly press briefing. And NDC come and say, no. We are going to tell all you when we want to talk to all you. And as a people, we accept that. So we give a man a work, and how we want it being done, he say, no, I doing it how I want. So you could tell me, I could tell you how it is to be done, but you can tell me what has to be done. And we accept it, ladies and gentlemen, as a people. Understand that. You hear union members coming and have press conference and say, I wrote a letter in June of last year, or in July, or whenever of last year, and making a press conference this year, and say up to now, they don't get a response to the letter. Prime Minister come and say, I never see that letter. That letter never meet me. And we accept that. So it's either the union line or the government line. And we accept that. We accept that the teachers union leader could go in Mayday and say, glad NNP out of office, and he still feel he had too much of NNP in the Ministry of Education. And we accept that, ladies and gentlemen. We accept that. And not understanding what politics and governance and democracy requires. How we say, give them time. They had the best Mitchell and they like him. Ask them what the Mitchell do. He pay pension, he pay doc salary. And in doing so, he increased all of the minister's own. So he give you in the left, take it back in the right. Pensioners got a retroactive payment. And the plan for the monthly payment still don't take course yet. That, ladies and gentlemen, has not taken its course yet. But every month, government ministers with immediate effect. Gun amnesty, well, gunshot spitting left, right, and center could not have taken an immediate effect or be dealt with immediately. But with government ministers and their salaries, it is to be increased within immediate effect. Do open all your eyes. Do not open your eyes and see. One day when we wake up, we realize that the national flag might just be yellow with a big heart in the middle. They might even take all the stars. It might just be a big yellow flag with a heart in the middle. If we're not too careful. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was another wonderful opportunity to address issues of state. It is another experience as it relates to understanding more or less. And I hope today I would have brought clarity to some things that you all are seeing. And sometimes it is. You're seeing it, but you're not paying particular attention to it. And we may say, well, small thing. But ladies and gentlemen, when you have government doing what they feel like, when the people are the ones who gave them their job, it is frightening. The concerns of the people must be heard. Whether or not you elect the administration, whether or not you were or weren't part of them, when government is formed, its service is to state. Campaign, you could say a green or a yellow. But when government is formed, its entities, its ministers, are expected to serve every individual, not just their friend or their family members. And the respect of the office of individuals must be extended. Must be extended. You must, ladies and gentlemen, respect the office first and foremost. On a political forum, you go to St. George's Northwest, and something is happening there for the development of the area, its representative must be spoken to and invited. I don't care what you tell me, they don't must do it. Yes, we know they don't must do it. But moral respect needs to be extended. Moral respect needs to be extended. A man could donate to you $5,000 to do a sporting event. And if you don't want to invite him, but the moral thing to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to recognize the individual. Recognize the individual. And the services or the whatever was provided. We are seeing too much of their goons, their members, their friends, treating the state as if it belongs to the National Democratic Congress. And I know what the justification will be. Oh, well, an MP used to do it. So why you vote them out? If every justification, when we call of your ills, you're saying, well, an MP used to do it. So why you came? Why did you come? If your justification continues to rest on the fact that the past administration did it. So what did we vote for? What did we vote for? What did we ask for? Didn't you say you were going to bring better? Didn't you say you're going to develop and you're going to do this and you're going to do that? So when your justification lays on the fact that NNP used to do it, I don't want to hear your conversation anymore. Because when I say NNP did that, you're supposed to tell me, well, listen to me, we're not doing that no more. We're doing this to better whatever it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So again, it was a pleasure being here with you guys this evening. And again, we're going to be back here tomorrow. God's blessings to each and every one of you. My name is Royalty James. This is the Class in Session program. And I can tell you guys, tonight, you will be able to get the opportunity to view the Class in Session t-shirts that have been printed. The cups will be done just maybe about Wednesday, Thursday of this week. So tonight it will be made public as it relates to the t-shirts that will go on sale as it relates to members who wish to support the Class in Session program. And sometimes I can't come here, ladies and gentlemen, and say to you guys that I have an account and I want to just send all your hard-earned money on it. I ain't going to do that on my program. At least you would be able to say, I gave this and I got this, right? So if you want your cup and your t-shirt, you can. You want your cup alone, you want your t-shirt alone, we are going to be giving prizes as it relates to the pricing of the different items. So stay tuned. You will see, as I said, you will see the t-shirts tonight. But later on down in the week, we will make public the teacups. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure indeed to be here for another Class in Session program. We are going to be back here again tomorrow. God's blessings to each and every one of you, and have yourself a wonderful evening. I love each and every one of you, and we will see you again tomorrow. My name is Royalty James, signing out for another wonderful Class in Session program. All right. Also, I know some of you guys would have maybe seen published by the Grenada Football Association. Yeah, I was selected to be a part of the Celebrity versus Ex-Nationals on May 5th at the National Stadium. As a footballer, it's in me. You know, I'm from Victoria in St. Mark's. That's in me, right? So don't be scared to come out on May 5th at the National Stadium as we see the GFA celebrate 100 years, right, of football in Grenada. So don't forget to be a part of that, all right? So my name is Royalty James, and have yourself a wonderful evening. We will see you again tomorrow. God's blessings to each and every one of you, all right? Peace out.
See who they will crown as lion champion. Liars from all parts of the West Indies, big shot liars from all them foreign countries. From a feel about 1,000 or so entry in 2 days, he boiled down and leave just 3. I had me eye on the lion, because I know he does come with some good ones. But they had a younger fella named Debo, come from some village there in Tobago. He said his father is Tobago's best fisherman. Catch a fisherman wide 80 feet in span. He had to tighten the boat and swim back to land to get his brother Eric to give him a hand. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? You hear lie? Teacher Percy said if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Why, sir? Check it out. Liar go. Ain't say nothing yet. If you really want to hear about fishing, let me blow your mind. Now listen to something. When you're talking about fish, you just hit the spot. I was hoping you did believe it or not. The fish your father caught, to you it was great, but it's them small fish my father does use for bait. Lion went ahead on points in the show, completely eliminated Mr. Depot. The next man to beat was really outrageous. He asked the judges if he could lie first. The judges asked Lion, the Lion agreed. Say any topic will pick is alright with me. He outrageous, I strong, let we meet head on. And when we done, see who had fit to wear the crown. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? You hear lie?
Teacher Percy say if you tell a lie, you go into hell as soon as you die.
Let it go. Let it go. Shook it up. Yep. The outrageous say that he knew a tailor comes to making suit. The man is the master. If you show him a man coming wrong a corner, he could make him a suit and don't even measure. I'm talking about suit, sitting down correct, expertly made and fitting perfect. He used to sew for Shakespeare, make suit for Hamlet, and up to this day yet make a mistake yet. You know the crowd went wild, they couldn't cool down. As a lion, the lion losing the crown. The judges brought the crowd back to order and asked the lion to lie about a tailor. He said, my man is the best, Rolf is his name. Cutting cloth, making suit is his game. Don't show him the man, my tailor is class. Just show him the corner where the fella pass, and he gon' make a suit. That is tailor, you hear lie? King liar.
Teacher Percy say if you tell a lie, you go into hell as soon as you die.